Hello everyone, this is Mr. Debets, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you some of the different features of the timeline in Adobe After Effects. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture of the kangaroo. I'm going to click and drag it to my timeline. So again here, it's in my timeline, it's my first layer. Now I'm going to add a shape, I'm going to add a circle. So I'm going to click, hold, go to my ellipse tool. And then to add a perfect circle, what you're going to do is you're going to hold shift. As you hold shift, you're then going to click, and then it will be a perfect circle. And then again, I can use my selection tool. I'm just going to put that on the nose of my kangaroo here. All right, once you have that, I'm just going to show you some basic features of the timeline. So the first thing I'm going to point out is here we have different layers. So I have my shape layer and we have the kangaroo. I'm actually going to move the circle over to 1 second. So now when I play this at the first second, you're going to see the circle pop up. But notice that the time just keeps going from 0 to 5 seconds. If you want to focus in on a specific part of your timeline, all you got to do is go to this blue edge here. This is something called your work area bar. You're going to click and hold, and then I'm going to drag this. So now it's only going to focus on the first 2 seconds of the video. So if I hit play, it won't loop all 5 seconds. It's just going to loop the selected area for my works area bar, which is only 2 seconds. Let's say you also want to trim or get rid of the rest of this, so you just want this to be 2 seconds. You would go into the window menu tool here, composition, and then you're going to hit trim comp to work area. So now this video, instead of being 5 seconds, is only going to be 2. So again, that's just a way to sort of focus in on a specific part of the timeline and to also trim your clips. I'm going to undo this by hitting Command Z and then moving this over back to 1 second. All right. So again, that's just something on the timeline. I'm going to go over to the left-hand side here now, and you're going to now see different features here. So this first one is your eyeball tool. Basically what it does, if I click on it, it's going to make whatever I select disappear. So in this case, I'm selecting the circle is disappearing. If I were to select the image of the kangaroo would also disappear. After that is your audio tool. Again, I don't have any music or sound effects here, but if you wanted to mute your music or the sound effect, you would just click on the square here and it would mute that for you. All right, the next one is your solo tool. Essentially, what this does is it's going to get rid of everything in your composition except for what is selected. So right now I only have 2 layers, but I'm going to add a few more circles. In order to do that, you're going to select shape layer and you're going to hit Command D. So I'm going to add 2 more circles here. Then again, with my selection tool, I can just sort of move these over. So now there's 3 circles on this kangaroo, image of the kangaroo here. So now again, if I go to my solo tool, I'm going to select shape layer 3. Everything except for what is selected disappears. All right, after that is your lock button. Essentially what this lock button does is it's going to lock your image, video, or animation into place. It will not allow you to edit it. So this is something that comes useful when you don't want to mess up something you just completed. After that, you have something called your label. Your label, you can actually change the color. So for example, if I go to my shape layer 3, I'm going to select it, I'm going to go to fill, I'm going to change it to a yellow circle. And then I'm going to go to shape layer 2, I'm going to change it from purple, let's change it to blue. So now what I can do is I can actually select a different color. So I'll do yellow. For this one, I'm going to do blue, I'll leave it at blue, and then for this one, I'm going to change to purple. So it actually changes the color in the timeline, and it's just a way to help you sort of stay organized once you start adding all these different layers. And then one more feature is just your source name. Again, you can double click, you can right click, and then select rename, and then it allows you just to rename things on your timeline. So yellow circle, I'll name this blue circle, etc. So again, those are just some features of the timeline, being able to use a work area bar and then being able to sort of isolate images or parts or video in order to edit them more clearly.